Well, good morning. Welcome to my morning walk on this Monday, May the 4th, 2020 here in Houston, Texas. Or I should say today, welcome to my late morning walk, as I am about 5 hours later than normal getting out here. This weekend was a beautiful weekend here in Southeast Texas, and my wife and I took advantage of that on Saturday. As you probably know, effective Friday, our governor allowed many businesses to reopen to reduce capacity, restaurants, retailers, malls, and things of that sort. And the beaches of Galveston were included in that. So Saturday afternoon, my wife and I got in the car and we drove down to Galveston and just wanted to get a little bit of fresh air and a change of scenery. Normally when we arrive on the island, we'll make a quick right and just cut straight over to West Beach, which tends to be less crowded than some of the beaches on the east end of the island. But Saturday we decided we wanted to see what was going on. So we drove all the way down Broadway to the seawall, which meets the Gulf of Mexico on the east side of the island. And we turned right onto Seawall Boulevard and drove west toward our favorite park. And my initial reaction was surprised. I was surprised at the number of cars and the number of people that were out. But I suppose in hindsight, I shouldn't have been. It was a beautiful day, and who am I to think that we would be the only ones with that idea? But anyway, what we were happy to see is that most of the restaurants along the seawall were open. And from what we could tell on the restaurants with patios, as well as people gathered on the beach, that people were gathered in their groups, but also practicing good social distancing. I know a couple of our local news outlets reported, quote, massive crowds in Galveston. And at least Saturday, I wouldn't have characterized it that way. But I suppose each of us are entitled to our perception. So in any event, we headed west on Seawall. We ended up at our favorite pocket park and parked the car. We went on the beach, and the air, the breeze, the smell, the sound of the waves was exactly what we needed. And we walked about 3/4 of a mile down the beach, turned around and walked back. And it was great to be able to interact with people, to wave at people, to greet them. It just felt so good. When we arrived back at the parking area, we noticed that the little grill and bar on top of the pavilion, called the Tipsy Turtle, had some live music playing. So we went up there, had a cold drink. I enjoyed a Galveston Brewing Company Tiki Wheat beer, and before we left to head home. The restaurant had done a really good job of setting up their ordering process to where people stood in line, and again, social distancing was maintained. And I think what I saw this weekend is that it's possible to reopen while also being safe, which is, I think, everybody's objective, at least those of us who do support the gradual reopening of our economy. This morning, as always, I prayed for all of you who are furloughed or laid off or otherwise out of work due to COVID-19. I pray that God would meet your needs each and every day as those needs are presented to you. And I prayed, as I always do, that He will bring you lasting, fulfilling, satisfying work sooner rather than later. And I know without a doubt that He will do that. I hope whatever you're doing today and wherever you are, that you have a terrific Monday, have a terrific week, and to God alone be the glory. Amen and amen. You take care.